Filming for Season 3 of The Witcher is well underway, and Henry Cavill's brilliant acting isn't the only thing fans will be fed with this time around. There may be a long time till the season is actually released, but fans have already begun to suspect many additions to the series, such as new cast members and their upcoming adventures. First up, Netflix renewal. Netflix wasted no time to continue this captivating series for a third season, renewing it before the second season even aired. In April of 2022, the new season began its filming and fans couldn't be more excited, even though the chances of it airing by the end of 2022 are very slim. Directors hope for a release by early 2023, considering the onset positivity. It won't be long before the fandom gets to see Geralt back in action. Next, who is Rience's employer? Although the show was quite emotionally fulfilling in the second season, fans are left with many questions for the writers, such as who, after all, is Rience working for? This powerful mage is one of the show's scariest villains, which makes us wonder, is his employer even more terrifying than Rience himself? Rience's fire magic may not be the worst threat of the show. Fans of the books know this secret, however, fans of the show don't yet know of his identity. Don't worry, we won't spoil anything for now. And now, will Tissaia continue to pursue Ciri? An upcoming dilemma the writers will have to portray in helping Tissaia make a choice. Will she keep on pursuing Ciri even though Yennefer is now one of her protectors? This sorceress has a deep running bond with Yennefer and has worked hard to rise to her position in the Brotherhood throughout Season 2. In the final moments of Season 2, she and other kings place a bounty on Ciri's head. Tissaia also makes it clear that anyone helping Ciri would also suffer, without realizing that Yennefer was guarding her. So will she give up on pursuing Ciri once the new series airs, or will she ruin her ties with Yennefer to continue the hunt? Guess we'll see soon enough. So what do the elves plan to do? Okay, we all have to agree that The Witcher had one of the best portrayals of elven characters. Ranging from Yennefer to Filavandrel, each character heightened the plot in unimaginable ways. Season 2's introduction of Francesca, the elves' current leader, wasn't only unexpected but also ended up to be heartbreaking. Bearing the first elven child in many years, this baby was a miracle beyond imagination for the elves. However, when Francesca struck a deal with Voleth Mare and unknowingly signed her baby's death sentence, she is torn apart and rages through the northern villages, killing every human baby she finds. Her misunderstanding of the reason behind her child's death causes waves of suffering, and the season finale foreshadows that the elves will play an active role in hunting Ciri for her elder blood in Season 3. Now, the only question that remains is, how far will they go to get her? Next, what lies ahead for the characters? While the fate of Cahir and Fringilla remains unknown, it's clear that these characters are of utmost value to the show, Cahir being one of the best fighters in the show and Fringilla being one of the best mages. They might have been unstoppable if they joined forces. However, unfortunately for them, their ambitions often get in the way of them working together, limiting their teamwork and joint power. In the season's finale, when Emhyr's identity is revealed, it's quite odd that these characters weren't killed off considering the intensity of the situation. However, they make The Witcher much more flavorful together, even if they might not have the best chemistry. Still, fans wonder if these two will choose to remain loyal to Nilfgaard or wind up joining the Elven Rebellion. And now, the Hedgehog Man is the White Flame? One of the last and biggest twists of the season was the revelation of Emhyr's true identity. Dunny the Hedgehog Man Geralt rescued in Season 1, who was Ciri's father, is shown to be the White Flame, whose identity remained unknown until the end of the season. This reveal was quite melodramatic in its execution, but it's likely that Emhyr's character will develop into a main antagonist with the start of the third season. However, what happens when Ciri finds out about his identity? Lastly, we have spheres, portals, and people on horses. With the mention of an apocalyptic end by Ciri's ancestors, the arrival of the Wild Hunt in the season finale remains ominous and yet promising. The Wild Hunt remains prominent in both The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, and Sapkowski's book series. They were described in the books as a group of elves from another sphere, seeking Ciri's power to control the gate of the world. However, this series may produce its own spin on the original story. Will we get to see the Wild Hunt in action soon, or will they be saved for a spectacular fourth season? Still, it remains interesting that Ciri has the power to create portals between the spheres, which wasn't possible to the end of the season. So, will Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri explore new spheres in the next season? Guess we have to wait and find out. Now, on to other news. There's a cookbook coming out? Time to toss a meal to your Witcher with the series' official cookbook. While the upcoming official Witcher cookbook may not be full of various potion recipes that would have helped you fight terrifying monsters, it does have some divine recipes that you'd like to try out with a loved one over the weekend. Arriving on the 25th of October 2022, this book is full of creatively written instructions that'll make you feel fully immersed into this TV series. Next, where's the new season being filmed? Aside from the many unanswered questions regarding Season 3, one that can be disclosed is where the third season of the show was filmed. Even though the full timing details aren't available, there have been reports of filming taking place in London, more specifically in Kent, according to Redanian Intelligence. In earlier seasons, Sintra scenes were mainly filmed in Orgo Studios, which are located near Budapest. In Season 2, however, Sintra moved to London. For Aretusa, most of the filming process was located in the Canary Islands, while other scenes were shot in Spain. Some of these spaces could be reused, so the cast is in for a lot of flight travel. And since when do Witcher schools exist? Now, onto more serious cosplay vibes. Witcher schools are real? Witcher schools are opening to train you to become real-life monster hunters, and we are all for it. However, CD Projekt Red, CDPR, was not. A Witcher school in Poland had its license pulled by this organization, whose co-founders claimed it was due to one of the former staff members' employment by ultra-conservative organization Ordo Luris. 5 Elements launched this school in 2015, conducting 40 events over 7 years with around 3,000 participants. However, in February, the co-founders revealed that CDPR had revoked the Witcher license. The two explained that it was due to Dustin's, a co-founder's wife, Anya, and her ties to Ordo Luris, a bigoted Catholic anti-abortion organization heavily active in trying to destroy the rights of women and the LGBTQ community. Yikes! Still, 5 Elements made plans recently to move forward without the Witcher brand, claiming, "We are creating a new world, our own universe." Here's to hoping the project stays as exciting as before. So, what of the game? Calling all gamers, The Witcher 3 next-gen version launches late 2022, CD Projekt says. The game's official Twitter account, @WitcherGame, announced on May 19th, 2022, "Let's make this 7th anniversary even better, shall we? We're delighted to share that the next-gen version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is planned to release in Q4 2022. See you on the path, Witchers," giving worldwide players hope, considering how there was insinuation that it would launch mid-2023. Finally, multiplayer Witcher games? I'm in. In order to make the Witcher games series even more entertaining, the CD Projekt Group may be working on a multiplayer edition of the game. In the final paragraph of a recent press release by the group, it was revealed that their newly acquired studio, the Molasses Flood, would be working independently on an ambitious project based on one of the group's existing IPs. Now, this raised some speculation on its own. However, their next moves were the real deal breakers for fans. The Molasses Flood is currently in the search for a multiplayer designer to work on a project based on a CD Projekt IP. The job listing suggested that it would be a systems-heavy action game with a strong emphasis on multiplayer combat and procedural generation. Some similar job openings at the company further suggest that the game would have a leveling system and non-player enemies, along with a mix of both armed and unarmed combat. To further solidify this suspicion, fans bring up that in a Q&A session late last year, the president of CD Projekt and its joint CEO reconfirmed that they plan to add a multiplayer feature to both its Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher franchises in upcoming years. Safe to say, fans of The Witcher are being well fed this time around. That's a wrap for this video. What do you expect out of the next season of The Witcher? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.